Hey there. It's good to be back with you for another week of Thursday Thoughts. My name is Chris Rich. I am a life coach. I help members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who are looking to make their mixed faith relationships not only work, but to thrive. I am an active believing member in my own mixed faith marriage. When my husband left the church 18 years ago, I was devastated. It felt like I had been dragged into this nightmare that I did not want anything to do with. It felt like everything was happening to me, and I totally felt like a victim. When I shared this experience with other people, they would validate my pain. And that added to my story that this was unfair and definitely should not be happening to me. And to be honest, it felt good to have them on my side. The more I did that, though, the more I felt like a victim. And here's the thing, every victim needs a villain. So in my mind, this was all my husband's fault. And so he fell right into that villain role. And I want you to think about this. Just imagine a lineup of villains. We've got Darth Vader, Voldemort, the Wicked Witch of the West, and that person that you're married to. And you may be thinking, no, I don't do that. They don't belong. My person doesn't belong in that lineup. Well, when we see ourselves as a victim in our mixed faith relationships, we make our spouse the villain. And this is not rocket science. It is not easy to connect with a villain. It is hard to open up with a villain. It's hard to empathize with a villain. It's hard to try to understand a villain. And it's really hard to be intimate with a villain. So when you're seeing your spouse as the villain in your mixed faith relationship, even though you might not recognize it, your brain starts finding all of the evidence of all the things that your partner is doing wrong. And it's easy to forget all the good things that they're doing and the things that you love about them. So you may be thinking, okay, I'm feeling like a victim. What do I do now, Chris? The first step is just identifying that victim villain mentality. And then when we recognize, yes, I'm feeling this way, we want to redirect our brains and we want to focus on the things that we love and admire and respect about our spouse. And that helps us to remember that we're actually on the same team, not in a victim villain dynamic, but in a sidekick dynamic where we're both working together for a common goal. If you're interested in learning more about the victim villain mentality, hop on to my podcast, episode 18. This is the Mixed Faith Relationship podcast. And I've got some more good information on this victim villain mentality. And if you're interested in more tips that can help you in your mixed faith relationship, go to my website, chrisrichcoaching.com, and click on the link to receive my Mixed Faith Friday emails. I'll see you next week for another Thursday Thought.